Hey guys, today on People Now, hello Facebook Live.
Are you excited for some Luke Bryan at the Super Bowl? We've got the details.
It's the stars at Sundance.
I wouldn't choose me, but...
Is Woody Harrelson just stoking those Star Wars flames again?
Plus, we've got Keanu Reeves and Lily Collins.
Bieber calls the Weeknd's music wack.
Say what?
And Dancing with the Stars winner Laurie Hernandez is ready to date, people. Let's do it.
Wait until you hear what her perfect date looks like. It is Monday. Welcome to People Now. Good morning. We are streaming live on people.com and Facebook Live. So good to see you. And we're all suffering from a little bit of Super Bowl fever. Falcons and Patriots playing in the big game. We now know that. Lady Gaga is performing at halftime. Luke Bryan just announced that he will be singing the national anthem. It brings us to our Facebook question of the day for you guys to kick off the week. We want to know, what's your all-time favorite Super Bowl performance? Yeah, I think Left Shark Katy Perry is probably mine. We're going to read your answers a little bit later live in the show, so get those in. But first, here's what you need to know and what's trending today.
Well, I wanted to lose the weight. There was no number of weight to lose, but I wanted to get back in that mindset because I knew what it had felt like. But I also wanted to maintain health and sanity and remain myself. So whatever I did was really for the betterment of Ellen's psychology. But thank God, I was surrounded by my friends and family all the time because I was shooting in LA. So I was held accountable for all my actions, and I never allowed myself to go back there because the reasons that I went there when I was younger don't apply to me anymore.
Lily Collins is at the Sundance Film Festival opening up about her new movie, To the Bone, and her own real-life struggle with an eating disorder. The 27-year-old actress first revealed that she suffered from an eating disorder as a teen in an interview with IMDb Studio, after which she posted on Instagram thanking fans for their love and support and saying, "Owning my past, being open, and having no shame or regrets about my experiences." At Sunday's Sundance premiere of To the Bone, Collins revealed why she felt comfortable sharing her past struggles. Watch.
It's the first time I'm being open to talking about my experiences related to the film, and like you saw in my post, it's just I feel very free. I think the second that we all talk about something we're fearful of or we think that makes us different, we realize we're never alone. And in conjunction with this movie specifically, I couldn't give justice to why I'm doing this movie appropriately if I didn't respect my connection to it. And to be surrounded by such amazing women during this experience was amazing. And to step back and look at this experience 10 years on from my old experiences was an amazing perspective. And I also got to surround myself with medical attention and medical help and facts that I never did when I was younger. So my knowledge just grew immensely of the subject matter. And I feel like I learned a lot, and I got to have a form of therapy in a way.
Really inspiring that Lily is sharing her story. In To the Bone, she plays a teenager struggling with anorexia. Keanu Reeves plays her doctor. Watch what he had to say.
And then as it turns out, for Lily Collins, who plays the lead, Ellen, who's the character kind of struggling with an eating disorder, biographical for her. So there's this thing of life and art. The film is a really almost heroic film, I think, and it's entertaining, it's fun, and it's tackling a really important subject. And I think it handles it really well, that we can have a discussion about it, be entertained, but hopefully, in the best way with art, that it's like entertaining, but it's also giving something back.
I don't think we know yet where he stands on. As Gary said, it's not one we would think he would be against, but foreign aid in general, we're not quite certain where he stands because he hasn't said a lot about it. And so I think we just have to hope for the best, and I genuinely mean that. We have to, I think he's got obviously a pretty full plate right now. He's trying to, everybody's going to be coming at him, and, hopefully we'll get our turn.
That's Matt Damon at the Sundance Film Festival revealing that he's ready to pitch our 45th president, Donald Trump, his longtime cause of making clean water accessible worldwide. Damon saying that clean water accessibility isn't a partisan issue and it demands a, quote, all-hands-on-deck approach. Damon was at the iconic film festival with his nonprofit Water.org co-founder Gary White to talk about his partnership with Stella Artois, who together are helping tackle the clean water crisis. Gotta love Matt Damon. I'll be excited to see if he actually gets that meeting with Donald Trump, how the whole thing goes. Watch this.
When do you start shooting Star Wars? Can you say when you start?
That's going to be in March. Yeah.
forward to it.
Thank you.
How are you as a mentor?
I wouldn't choose me, but
Come on, Woody. I think that he'd be a pretty awesome mentor. Let's be honest. That's Woody Harrelson joking about his upcoming role in the new Star Wars spin-off at Sundance. The spin-off is said to focus on the early days of fan favorite character Han Solo. Woody recently confirming he would be playing Han's mentor. Now, Woody's not the only one joining the galaxy far, far away. Alden Ehrenreich is set to take on the iconic role of Han Solo. Atlanta star Donald Glover and Game of Thrones star Emilia Clarke are also set to appear in the spin-off. Star Wars fans still have a long wait ahead since this movie not even set to be released until May of 2018. But let's be honest, it's never too early to start talking about the next Star Wars.
Very excited, obviously.
All right.
Well, let's check in with Facebook Live. Alexandra's watching in Italy. Thank you guys for tuning in from all over the world. That's amazing.
Yeah, our question of the day is, what is your all-time favorite Super Bowl performance?
A lot of love for Prince. Sherry's giving Prince some love. That Purple Rain performance in the rain was super epic,
Yep.
she says.
Of course, Edward says Beyonce, Coldplay, Bruno Mars, hands down, best Super Bowl performance. That's definitely one of my favorites.
Daniela says all Super Bowl performances are awesome, but Bruno Mars wins this one. He's got it all. I agree.
Yeah, but still, again, the Katy Perry shark, left shark. Here's what else has got you guys talking so far. Martin says, I love Lily Collins. She's an amazing actress.
Yeah, really inspiring that Lily's sharing her past struggle, so people are saying.
Yep, guys, keep those Facebook comments coming in. We're going to check with you again live right here on the show, but first, Andrea, even more trending news
Yes,
today.
I do, Jeremy. Well, Chelsea Clinton obviously knows a thing or two about growing up in the political spotlight, so that's why over the weekend, Clinton defended President Donald Trump's 10-year-old son, Barron Trump, after jokes were apparently being made online about Barron following Friday's inauguration. The daughter of Democratic nominee Hillary Clinton showed her support of the child with a very powerful message on Twitter, while also taking a bit of a stab at President Trump's policies. She tweeted, Barron Trump deserves the chance every child does to be a kid. Standing up for every kid also means opposing POTUS policies that hurt kids. And recently, first daughter Ivanka Trump said in an interview with 2020 that Clinton is a very good friend of hers, although she admitted the two haven't talked since their parents became involved in a bitter election. In the interview, Ivanka reveals that she hopes to speak with Clinton soon, saying, she's been a friend of mine long before the campaign. Of course, will be a friend of mine after. I haven't spoken about the specific challenges about this next chapter with her just yet, but I intend to. All right, moving on to this. As we all know, Olympic gold medal gymnast Laurie Hernandez dominated the Dancing with the Stars stage this past season alongside pro partner Val Schmirkovsky. We also know that he is dating Amber Rose, so we got her take on that and also something else, what Laurie's ideal date night looks like. Watch this. Watching on Dancing with the Stars was really, really fun. I mean, you and Val were so great together.
Thank
Do you think when the tour's over and everything that you'll keep in touch with him?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, my mom has already claimed him as her own son. So.
Oh, that's adorable.
Yeah.
That's really great.
What would you say is the best lesson that you learned from him? Not just in dancing, but kind of in life.
I think it would just be to not take anything for granted. He always told me basically, take the steps that I'm giving you and, let it soak into the rhythm, the music, and don't take it for granted. And that wasn't just for dancing, that was also for life.
Everyone's talking about Val, and of course, Amber Rose, the whole thing going on with them. Did you see sparks flying between them with the whole Dancing with the Stars things? Did you see this coming?
I mean, not really, but I was more focused on our dancing. He can do whatever he wants.
Okay,
so,
got it.
Yeah,
What's
so
your work
as a
with him?
friend though of him, do you approve of this whole thing?
I mean, she's a sweetheart. I mean, my mom really likes her, so yeah.
And now they're on kiss cams at games and everything else.
Yeah.
So there you go. Speaking of relationships, in the book you said that Val would have you channel movies like The Notebook in order for you to kind of get to a certain emotional place because you're...
Or Finding Nemo.
Or Finding Nemo. The point being, you're young, you hadn't really gone through significant breakup, anything like that. You said on Ellen last week that you're ready for a boyfriend.
Let's do it.
So have you had any dates yet? What's going on with this? Social media and everything else, I would imagine there are a lot of options.
Not yet.
No? Okay, we're still waiting that out.
Yeah, still waiting. I mean, I still don't really have time for it, but yeah, hopefully I'll make time soon.
Now,
Okay.
I know I wasn't allowed to date till I was 16. And you see you're 16, are your parents, are they letting you date if you wanted to?
Yeah, if I wanted to, but right now they kind of understand that I'm really busy, so they're kind of like, yes,
Yeah.
she doesn't have time for it right now.
And they're busy adopting Val, so that helps.
Yeah, I feel protected too, where I'm like, yeah, you don't need that, don't date.
Let me just put this out there. Ideal first date, what would it look like if you could script it yourself?
If I could script it myself?
Yeah.
I've never thought that
Is it
far
dinner
about
in a
it.
movie, or would it need to be something fun and out there?
Something spontaneous? I don't know.
That's spontaneous. That's good.
I feel like, yeah, you're very fun, spontaneous type, so you need something
Yeah, amusement park maybe? I don't know.
skydiving or something.
Listen up, fellas. Skydiving or amusement park. Work it out. So great. I'm an instant fan. Those are the stars of BET's The New Edition story, showing off some of the moves they learned for the biopic, airing Tuesday, January 24th. The special is a 3-night, 6-hour biopic detailing the story of the iconic 80s boy band, and it is our Toyota People Pick of the day. One of the coolest parts of the movie is that the original 6 members of New Edition served as producers for the biopic. So when the actors of the special recently swung by the studios, we found out what it was like to train for their roles while the people that they were portraying were actually watching on. Take a look.
We had a boot camp that we did, and that boot camp lasted about 3 or 4 weeks, and it was 8 hours a day, straight dancing. Very minimal breaks that we could get, and New Edition, they were coming in and out of those, the actual members, and there was one time where they were actually in there rehearsing for one of their upcoming tours, and we got to shadow them as they were doing the moves that we had to do, and the little kids were in there at the same time. So,
So we had 3 generations at the same time doing the same song, the same choreography, simultaneously, so it was a magical moment. Absolutely.
Michael, I mean, it was a lot of pressure. He's like, yo, Yaz, you do your thing on tour, but for me, when you play me, you gotta make sure you play me how I am. So when I first had a meeting with him in Boston, we sat down, we was at a restaurant, and he said, look, if you could walk like this, I believe you could do it. So I did it. I talked like him, and then he believed I can play him. So it was history from there.
We all pride ourselves on being, pretty smooth and we're cool
saucy.
about ourselves.
Yeah.
I was doing If It Isn't Love, and we were doing the dance, and Ricky comes up to me. He was like, "Hey man, you're doing a solid job, but if you could do everything you're doing, just a little less corny." And I was like, Ricky, if you don't get out my face right now. I'm working so hard right now. But it was like we had that open dialogue where I was like, yo, if you see something that's not you, come in and let's fix that thing up. We all had that dialogue. That was the blessing of having the Legends New Edition with us, pretty much like maybe 70% of the time on set. If not everybody, somebody was there representing the collective.
I remember him.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Yeah. I remember doing a performance scene, and I heard Bobby screaming in the back. So I felt like that was like that check of approval for him. But I know it was some stuff like, what were you talking about? I know he came up to me, he was like, listen, I'll never let nobody talk to me. So he was like really like getting in my head, getting me into that Bobby mode. To really dig into that character.
And he murdered
that.
Yeah. When you see Woody McClain up there, you're gonna see Bobby.
Oh, thank you, man.
He tapped into it. I mean, I know everyone is like, oh, New Edition picture, and everyone is thinking, oh, Bobby. What you're getting is the full spectrum of the group, what makes the group. You're gonna get Bobby, but also Bobby is a whole nother story as well. But you see a deeper side of Bobby. You learn what makes Bobby Bobby, and everyone else,
Looks like it's going to be great. Stay with us, guys. Wait until you hear the story of what happened on the set of Matthew McConaughey's new movie, Gold. I'll give you a little hint. Avalanche and goats. We'll explain later. Plus, Gwen Stefani joins her boyfriend, Blake Shelton, on stage. It's really, really adorable. Stick around.
This is King Cutie in People. His Royal Highness Prince George Alexander Louis of Cambridge. These are George's parents, George's home, his Nana, the Queen, and his staff of 644 Englishmen. This is George's dog Lupo, who inspired his favorite book, The Adventures of the Royal Dog Lupo, one George will share now that he's a big brother. People. The details make the story. Don't miss this week's People.
There you go, Edgar Ramirez and Matthew McConaughey in the new film Gold. Looks like they had a blast shooting out there in the jungle for a lot of the film, but it did get scary at times. Edgar sharing with me what happened when an avalanche actually hit. Watch.
Yeah, there was an avalanche. There was a tree avalanche. We were shooting in a little hut, like in a little cabin in the jungle, and there was this noise. That was getting louder and louder and louder, and then suddenly we looked at the Thai crew. The Thai crew started to scream in Thai, but in horror, and then we realized that something was coming down on us, and then we had to jump out of the cabin. I landed on a goat.
So it was literally that serious.
Yeah,
you jumped out of the way, landed on a goat.
Yeah, the goat was fine.
The goat's fine, and everyone else is okay.
Everyone was fine.
And you've recovered.
Yeah.
that time again. The stars are on the move, and we're following them in today's edition of Star Tracks. Well, Justin Bieber is making it known that he is not a fan of The Weeknd or his music. The 22-year-old singer was spotted leaving a restaurant in West Hollywood on Friday when TMZ reporters asked him if he can listen to a Weeknd song. Bieber, who's known for making his opinions heard, responded with a staunch, "Hell nah, that bleep is whack." Of course, this comes just a few short 2 weeks after Bieber's ex-boo, Selena Gomez, was spotted smooching the Starboy singer after a romantic night on the town. An onlooker told people all about the sexy date night, saying this: "It was a romantic dinner date in the rain. They acted like a couple. They ordered pasta and shared the food. She seemed very into him. She was smiling a lot. They left holding hands." Well, this is the first romance for The Weeknd following his split with model Bella Hadid back in November. And although it's still brand new, Bella is certainly hurt over the quick rebound. An insider tells People, Bella and Abel's split wasn't dramatic, but of course she's hurt and pissed that he's moved on so quickly with Selena. Seems to be lots of drama in this love quadrangle. I guess everyone is just sick of that same old love, right? We'll stay on people.com for all the latest. And speaking of music, take a look at this.
Hey guys, it's Luke Bryan here, and I'm so excited to announce that I will be performing the national anthem at Super Bowl 51 live from NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas, right here on Fox, Sunday, February 5th.
Yes, looks like Luke Bryan is crashing the party for Super Bowl 51. Luke announced the news on Sunday that he'll be performing the national anthem at the February 5th game. And I gotta say, the country singer is in pretty good company. Luke follows the footsteps of some great music legends who've also performed the national anthem for the big game. The star-studded list includes Jennifer Hudson, Christina Aguilera, Billy Joel, Beyonce, Whitney Houston, as well as Lady Gaga, who will be this year's halftime performer following her 2016 national anthem debut. And this will be Luke's first time performing at a Super Bowl. We cannot wait to see his spiced up country rendition. Well, our Facebook question of the day today is, what is your all-time favorite Super Bowl performance? So we want to hear what you are thinking, so make sure to name your top picks in the comment section below. All right, guys, now Luke wasn't the only star talking football on Sunday. Can you say, "Aka awesome"? That's right, Anna Kendrick, Rebel Wilson, Anna Camp, and the rest of the Pitch Perfect 3 ladies took a break from rehearsal to cheer on the Atlanta Falcons at Sunday's playoff game versus the Green Bay Packers. The highly anticipated film, which is set for release December 22nd of 2017, began filming in Atlanta right at the start of the new year, so it's no surprise the ladies were big supporters of the home team. But to keep it all on an even playing field, co-star and director Elizabeth Banks showed how her true colors are green and yellow, supporting the Packers alongside some fellow diehard cheeseheads. Although the Packers did lose 44-21 to the Falcons, it's nice to see these ladies getting into the football spirit. All right, from star-studded playoff games to A-list birthday parties, Derek and Julianne Hough are proving they might just be the cutest sibling duo of all time with their adorable La La Land outfits on Friday night. The professional dancers got all dressed up as Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone's characters from the hit musical rom-com, dressing the part for Nina Dobrev's themed birthday party. Derek captioned this photo of him and his sis, La La Land. Julianne Hough is the modern-day Ginger Rogers, pure talent. Well, we can't disagree with that one. And it looks like the themed party was a huge success and a lot of fun. Julianne posted this pic on Insta, posing with the birthday girl, Nina Dobrev, who was also looking la la lovely. And the former Vampire Diaries star's entire bash was La La Land themed and was also a bowling party. You can't really go wrong with that combo. I mean, even Aaron Paul showed up. Looks like it was a huge blast for all, and happy birthday to Nina Dobrev. All right, to complete your morning with our favorite couple, Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton are showing us that 2 is better than 1. On Saturday night, Gwen surprised fans by holding an impromptu performance at Blake's show in Mexico, performing some of her classic hits of the early 2000s. The 47-year-old singer looked awesome in an army green romper, fishnet stockings, and checkered Vans. I think it's no surprise that she rocked the electric performance. Well, Blake and Gwen have been quite the power couple these days. Blake recently gushed about his girlfriend during an appearance on the Ellen DeGeneres show, saying this: "I love talking about Gwen. Are you kidding me? It's been just an eye-opener to be with someone like her. I mean, you think Gwen Stefani, and no doubt, and she's literally maybe the most normal person that I've ever met in my life. It's been good for me to be with somebody that's just so grounded and just a good human being with a great heart. And she's hot. Have you seen her? I mean, look at that." Very cute. And of course, Gwen is not afraid of singing her boyfriend's praises right back, previously thanking him for kissing her back to life. Gotta love these two. Keep those collaborations coming. And those are your Star Tracks for today.
Even though I have a technical degree, I'm a surgical assistant and all that stuff.
So you felt like you needed to rely on other people for yourself?
I always felt like I wasn't good enough to stand on my own 2 feet, which I am. And I really have more than I ever realized I did. I mean, I'm just a single mom all these years. I've had businesses before. I am not afraid to work. I'm not afraid to do anything when I have to. But I still always had that kind of like, I need somebody there. So now that my kids are older, it's funny because I think I was so afraid to not give them everything they wanted that I was like, never wanted to rely, like they had to have it. I had to depend on somebody else for it, that's fine. But now that they're older and they're probably going to do way better than I could ever do, and they're going to probably take care of me, hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
It's about me now. So I don't care about taking, like, any decisions I make, any chances I take are easier because it falls on me.
Is it sort of a New Year's resolution for you to kind of maintain and push even more toward that sort of sense of independence
Absolutely.
and standing
Well,
on your
I'm like on a roll now.
Yeah.
Like I'm ready to go. I feel like a steamroller. I'm just like keep going and moving and.
This is Jennifer Lawrence in People. This is Jennifer photobombing Taylor Swift and Sarah Jessica Parker and Liam Hemsworth, proving that while we all love the fashion of the red carpet, it's people who steal the show. People. The details make the story.
Nothing I have I take for granted because it was all taken from me, one by one. The simple fact of taking a walk, simple things like that that other people don't even think about. Everybody has a story. Do not ever judge. Everybody's got one.
Lisa Brown, the 34-year-old woman who was slowly starving to death because of a rare disease she'd fought for 6 years, died at her home in Brookfield, Wisconsin on Saturday night. Her husband has confirmed it to People. Lisa suffered from superior mesenteric artery syndrome. It's a rare digestive system disorder where part of the small intestine is pinched, blocking food from getting through. The rare disease caused her to go from weighing 140 pounds to 77 pounds at the time of her death. Her husband, Patrick, telling People, "The last thing I said to her was, go be free. I already miss her so much. I wish I could see her every day, but she's now at peace." Lisa was able to plan her own funeral and made one rule very clear: no black allowed. Patrick telling People, Lisa said everyone has to wear bright colors and tell fun stories about her. She even made a thank you card to everyone who comes. It's beautifully decorated and shows an open gate. Patrick has set up a GoFundMe page to help cover the costs of Lisa's care and her memorial. Our thoughts, of course, go out to him and the rest of Lisa's family and friends. I remember speaking to her. She actually was on the show on People Now in 2015, so positive about everything she was going through. Of course, our thoughts, as we said, are continuing to be with that family. Switching gears, guys, let's get back in with Facebook Live. Irene is watching in Sweden.
Nice,
Global
that's really
here.
cool. And Abby's watching from Easter Island. That's really amazing. I just want to say, Laura says, not sure if it was necessary to mention the score of the Packer game.
I saw that.
I'm sorry, Laura.
That's so good. Our question was, of course, what's your all-time favorite Super Bowl performance? Wendy's saying favorite Super Bowl performance is either Tom Petty or Bruce Springsteen.
Yes, Brandy says Bruno Mars is by far the best Super Bowl performance. A lot of love for Bruno, I'm seeing.
Travis says Bruno Mars, but the Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake incident is obviously unforgettable.
Laura says Whitney Houston's national anthem, but also Prince singing Purple Rain in the Rain.
I think Prince takes the cake so far.
Oh yeah, Prince is getting a lot of love. And Bruno.
Yeah, Lisa says my most memorable of all time is the purple one. Prince, that was one of the best ones ever. I'll never forget it, especially when he sang Purple Rain and it was really raining.
And Lisa even used the purple umbrella emoji. Yeah, very, very clever there.
And I liked, I think Sherry here said the NSYNC and Britney year, and Aerosmith, her fave Sherry Hayes said that. And you know what, I remember that one very vividly as well. That was during the peak of my Britney Spears love.
Yes.
Here's what you're saying about other stories.
Yes, Daniela says Barron is a little boy. They need to leave him alone. I agree.
I agree. About Barron Trump there. Rebecca says the new Edition movie looks awesome. Yes, it does.
And
it
Melanie
sounds
says
awesome
she can't wait to watch the movie.
Yeah, Tang writes Blake and Gwen with 3 heart-eyed emojis.
They're adorable. And Robin says Blake and Gwen are happy. That's what it's all about.
Yep, Chimda, defending The Weeknd's music. She writes, really, Bieber? You don't like it, cool, but it's definitely not whack. Take that, Biebs.
It's not whack.
Bieber, just speaking out. You know, and I'm kind of like, I don't know, there's so much into it about the relationship.
I think it's going to keep going. It's going to keep going, that
and
quadrangle.
we will have all the quadrangle.
We will.
First time quadrangle's been used on our show. Coming up tomorrow, Bryce Dallas Howard shares a sweet story about her daughters. Plus, we are bringing you the Oscar nominations live. Don't be late. Guys, we are starting the show tomorrow 15 minutes earlier. Facebook Live, be there for that.
Yes, well, thanks for watching. And for now, we leave you with one last thing from Nick Lachey. Enjoy.
Bye, guys.
Hey, I'm Nick Lachey, and this is one last thing. The last diaper I changed was just a couple days ago. It was my daughter Brooklyn's diaper. The last song that was stuck in my head was Reunited, and it felt so good. The last TV show I binge watched Westworld.
Hey YouTube! Don't forget to like this video and leave a comment if you enjoyed it. And for more People Now, click on the subscribe button down here.
And check out more great video right now by clicking on one of these links.